And not a lot of people that I know right now are having my batch. They're having different batches now because that was 10 years ago and such. And so it's interesting. But my batch is really, I wouldn't want to go through it again.
Right. Now, how
nice
are you now?
Nice picture of me being bald, by the way, right?
Yes.
Brandy, don't you think I look great bald?
You look great everywhere.
Hey, baby. Hey,
and your hair grew back,
You're coming home with me tonight. Yeah, it grew back everywhere because I lost it everywhere.
Oh, okay,
yeah.
Okay. But hey,
more
think of the benefits.
Than you need to know.
No, think of the benefits. You didn't have to go for expensive waxes.
Oh, no waxing for a year. It was wonderful. And then my hair grew back really curly, and I was like, this is great. I don't have to pay for perms.
Exactly.
It was great. There was lots of benefits.
So what was it for you when okay, you've traveled through that voyage?
Yep.
Was there a point in time in that voyage that you said things are going to be different? This is what I want to do.
I had already thought about reevaluating my life before the cancer, so I was already in that mind frame. It just kind of confirmed things. Mm-hmm. And what I did decide to do was I started to write a memoir while I was going through the treatments. So it was real time. So when I actually lost my hair that particular day, 14 days after my first chemo, I just went to the computer and I wrote that chapter. This is what it's like. This is what I'm feeling and stuff. And when people read my memoir, which is not published yet, if there's any publishers out there, I keep getting rejection letters. But it's a great memoir. It's a very powerful. Whoever reads it, and especially cancer patients, they go, I love this book. This is great. Mm-hmm. It's powerful. And it's funny. And there is some humor, not forced humor, in some of the experiences. For instance, when I went to see my oncologist for the first time, and he said, this is what your side effects are going to be. You might have anal sores and bleeding gums, bleeding nose, your white cell count will drop, you might get infections, you might get leukemia, you will gain weight, you might get uterine cancer, and there may be permanent heart damage. My only reaction was, whoa, wait a minute. Oh, did you say I was going to gain weight?
That's right.
Was that the biggest thing that stuck out?
Yes, and when I do my speeches, because what happened is I decided after I moved back to Toronto to reinvent myself once again, because I just didn't feel that stand-up was enough for me. I put together a speech, actually, after several things had happened. My father died, my mother died, I broke my leg in several places, and while I was lying there, I put together a speech based on my memoir, and that's what I'm here to talk about. And the speech is called I'm Still Here, and So Is My Hair. And it combines comedy and candor and the truth. And the letters that I get from people, because I've done huge conferences, small living room shows, I'll speak to anybody, anywhere. And if I can make one person feel less alone with their thoughts, more understood, then that's worth it.
Is this on your website right now, or is this something that...
I have clips of, my speech on my website, and I have the newspaper, 5 articles written about me that really did the speech justice, because it's an entity all its own, really.
Nice.
And people come up to me after the show, especially cancer patients, and they hug me, they kiss me, they cry, they say thank you for letting me express myself and be in touch with my feelings again. I was trying to be so brave and not be afraid and stuff. I said, it's okay. I say in my speech, cry, swear. It deserves it. It's shitty what's happening, you know?
Of course.
Maybe you'll come out the other end. I can't make promises, and I also give advice, and I don't like to give advice, but I do give advice, which is really important, is I tell people what to say to people who've recently been diagnosed with cancer, or you're visiting them. And many people come up to me saying, thank you for telling me that, because I just didn't know what to say. I was avoiding my friend. I was avoiding my sister.
What is that? Do you mind saying that?
No, well, I wish you'd tell me you were going to ask me that. I'd re-look over my thing. Okay, one thing is, would you like to talk about it? And you follow their lead. If they say no, then don't. If they say yes, 2 things say, how do you feel emotionally and physically? Right. People are so afraid to talk about emotions because everyone has to be positive. Everyone has to be up. Everyone has to be okay. You know what? Positive has started to kill people. Positive has started to suppress people's energy in expressing themselves, and it's draining being positive. It's not real. You've got to be in touch with your feelings, and you've got to be honest. And that's what one cancer patient with ovarian cancer who was dying came up to me and said, I have seen inspirational speakers up the wazoo. You're the first one who's honest and open, and this is refreshing. And that's why I almost cringe when people say you're an inspirational. I said, I don't know if I'm inspirational. If you're inspired, great. I've had people tell me I'm going to be dead in 3 months, but you've inspired me. And I keep saying with tears in my eyes, what have I inspired you to do? She says, I just feel better. Thank you. Mm-hmm. And she's gone now.
And that's so important, I think, because even the same situation, you know, when someone dies, people, the easiest thing to say is, you know, oh, my condolences or whatever. But you really never know what exactly to say if you know the people well. And I know you've done things, and you've had talks at Mount Sinai, correct? Because I saw that letter of thank
benefits
you.
for.
Yeah, and benefits at Mount Sinai.
Many hospitals, many conferences, yeah.
Which is so wonderful. And even just to put a smile on someone's face and make them feel like they're not alone, I think you're doing wonders. And that's how everybody should be.
So,
Yeah. And they do wonders for me, too.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a win-win situation. It fulfills my need to express myself in the format that I think is comfortable. Mm-hmm. It makes me feel purposeful in the way that I feel is valuable, and it makes people feel good.
if people want to book you, Marla, for talks and whatnot, is this something where they need to go to your website, or do you have an agent, or are you part of the Public Speakers Association that
I'm not part of the association.
Like
no, I'm not. I'm just looking into it, but I'm not. I have my website, and we should take time to spell my last name because it's very long.
Yes, absolutely.
And
Lukofsky.
they can write me an email. I mean, there are 2 booking agents, one in the States and one in Canada, but you have to call them. And Outstanding Women Speakers is one. Brooks International is another, but to contact me directly, which is great too, because no commission there, you know, I just keep them in, or I do benefits as well. It's www.marlalukofsky.com, and I will spell that last name as I have my entire life. L-U-K-O-F as in Frank, S as in Sam, K-Y. And why my name wasn't Smith, I don't know.
And
but
why?
I changed it to Smith Lukofsky once.
Truthfully, I would think that you could speak almost anywhere.
I can.
Because I think that it doesn't have to be just people who are ill or whatnot.
You're
it could be
right.
business or sales forces or anything, because I'm sorry, a lot of businesses die a slow death.
You are absolutely right, Randy.
And so it's something to me that, again, for people who are watching this, is like, you know, expand your mind, understand what the message of this is, and it's about perseverance. It's about bravery.
Exactly it.
It's about honesty.
It's about facing adversity in any way, shape, or form without a guarantee of you coming out a winner. There's different formats of winning, and it could be at peace and dying. You're absolutely right, because I have had people come up to me. Like I said, I've done living rooms. I've done women's chapters. I recently did high school, Bayview Secondary High School in Richmond Hill. You know, 17-year-olds. They were overwhelmed with affection and bonding with me, and they started to write to me because I give people my email, and they just talked about loss and losing love and losing a friend and stuff. You would understand, and I feel so close to you, and they just met me through that. And I've had people come up to me and say problems with their marriage and stuff, and I also encourage having sex while you have cancer too, so I've had people start to have sex while they've been having cancer too. But on every level, you're right. Businesses, I would love to do more businesses and things like that, because the message goes way beyond cancer.
Hey, with all due respect, if we
waiting,
can make the Don Cherry story, which I think is a great story, and I love Don Cherry, he's a Canadian icon, I don't see why we can't make the Marla Lukofsky story.
I'm with you, baby.
No, in all seriousness, it's about inspiring and motivating and helping people get through. And so I would think that would be something that contacts at the CBC. I do have some of those, actually, that I'm sure you do too. You've met everybody.
I used to be on CBC.
Well, there you go.
They'll never have me
Okay,
back.
so forget the CBC then.
No. Hey, they've got new heads now, new producers, new
give
shows.
back those coffee
It's
cups.
a new generation, yeah. Oh, I'll go back.